Thank you, Timo. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation.
How can you summarize your commitment in music?
Yeah, that's a big question. But I was thinking maybe I start a bit with the things that I'm making. So like I mainly work with electronic music, but I also play drums. And I come from a background as a drummer. I started playing percussion and learning drums when I was like 12 or 11. And then I continued studying drums in a kind of like a conservatory, but in the Netherlands where I'm from, we have something called a pop academy. And that's yeah, more focused on rock, metal, those types of genres. So, and from there, my interest changed a little bit towards recording and music production. And then during my bachelor studies, I studied audio design, which focused more on recording music and mixing and all those production aspects. And during that study, I encountered electronic music and also programming of electronic music. And yeah, that really grabbed my interest, and that made me change a lot of things that I was doing. So I changed towards making software for my own audio-visual pieces, making also visuals and electronic music with many different things like synthesizers. So yeah, that's basically all my commitment to the electronic music and music scene. It's a lot to summarize in a few sentences maybe, but yeah, that's it very briefly, I think.
And how could you describe the process of like coding in particular?
Yeah, exactly. It might be good to introduce that a little bit, because like when I was working with electronic music for a while, I was not really playing that live. I was mainly programming pieces, and then I record the video, and then I post the video on YouTube, for example. No, I should say when I finished my bachelor, I was kind of looking still for a way to perform these electronic music pieces also on stage. And since I'm also a drummer, I really like the idea of being able to improvise a little bit also with the pieces. So you don't have to like rehearse a piece from beginning till the end, but you could just go on stage, play with it, and then see what happens. So I started the Masters of Music Design at the University of Arts in Utrecht, in the Netherlands. And during those 2 years, I was searching for how I can perform this electronic music. And I was supervised by Marcel Wierks, who is also an audiovisual composer and software engineer, programmer. And he pointed me towards the live coding scene. And so the live coding scene is a very interesting scene, because it's a scene of programmers and electronic musicians and visual artists also. But instead of programming everything in your studio or in the bedroom, they have the programming as part of the performance. So the programming is kind of the performance art. So they go on stage, they type the software live, and they project the code behind them also, so the audience can see what's happening in the piece. And then they rehearse also, but they also improvise, and that's how the performance goes from beginning till the end. And so this really grabbed my attention as well, and that's how that's what I continued working with, and that's what I mainly do right now, live coding electronic music. Yeah.
Some of your work, installations like abstraction, for example, are trying to approach people to the intersection between technology and art. Is it one of your guidelines?
Yeah, I like this question, because it's definitely something that I think is very important to. I'm also a teacher. I teach actually in the Bachelor of Audio Design that I studied myself as well, so I continued teaching there later. And I really enjoy showing people how you can be expressive with software and learning how to write your own software to create music or visuals or or also hardware or some other interaction. And so with my work, like the installation abstraction, but also my live coding performances, I also try to show people how you can make things yourself with software and have interaction with that, and also give some insight in how the system works. Like, for example, the abstraction installation is like plexiglass, so people can see through and see the wires, see the computer, see how it's built, and also as part of that installation, the software is open source. So if you want, you could make the installation yourself if you buy the hardware and download the software, for example. And so this part of sharing the knowledge and sharing the information, I think is very important. I learned a lot from other people and from finding information online or tutorials, looking at other people's code that is open source. And so for me, yeah, sharing my software open source as well is also some way to give back to the whole community. Maybe someone else can use it, learn something from it. So yeah, I think that's very, very nice to do, yeah.
You are also sharing your work with other artists, in your collaboration with other musicians. What are you searching for?
Yeah, yeah. I like collaborations with other people mainly because they have completely different backgrounds in making music or in making visuals, or have other ideas about what things should sound like or look like, and I can learn a lot from that, and I enjoy working together with these people. And I mean, it depends a bit on, I mean, I have a few different collaborations, and based on the collaboration, it depends a bit what we are doing, of course. So yeah, I'm not sure. I can mention a few collaborations if you like. So for example, I collaborate a lot with Lina Bautista. She's also a live coder, but also a guitarist. And so in our collaboration, we program electronic music live. So we use the live coding, and she's using the language Mercury that I designed during my masters. So maybe I can talk a bit about that later. But a very nice thing when we collaborate and also when we rehearse is that she uses the language in a completely different way than I do, or she has different thoughts about how to make some kind of sound, or what she wants to try, and that gives me many ideas to also improve the software and make new features for it, for example, or change things in the software that she can use and others can use as well. Then, so that's something that I really enjoy about our collaboration or collaborating in general. Yeah.
Our common relation with technology is getting more and more complex on one side. On the other side, the number of tools that are helpful to use it is increasing. Sometimes the artist is a medium in this realm. How do you play this role?
Yeah, I guess this kind of like also ties in with this whole idea of education and sharing information and making software open source, for example. So I think as an artist, like I said, I like to show people that software engineering can also be accessible, and you can use it for artistic expression, and not only for making, I don't know, some specific banking application or something. And I think that's very interesting to show to people that this is possible and that everybody can learn this as well. The amount of software tools are indeed increasing, but I think it is also important that there's something to choose from. Because if we would only have one app, then I mean we can see it now, of course, in the whole situation that's happening around Meta and Facebook, and people want to go away from WhatsApp, for example, and then I mean, we're happy that there are some alternatives if you want to move away from these applications. So in that sense, it's good that there are some some apps to choose from, and the same goes in the for example in the live coding scene. Like, I designed a live coding language, but it's definitely not the only language. There's many other languages out there. Some are more popular than others, but everybody has different approaches to making music or making visuals. So it's also a good thing that you can choose from some different languages to to see which fits your needs or which works best for you. The same as choosing an instrument, like you like the guitar, you like a bass guitar, for example. So yeah, the same you can do with software. Yeah.
And at last, what does technology mean to you? Is simply a tool or a partner in your musical adventures? Maybe someone with whom you can even have a dialogue?
Yeah, yeah, I like this idea that you can have a dialogue with software. And for me, like for example, when I program algorithmic music or program installations, a big part is maybe that I have some idea and I want to try to make that. But then the other part is that there's maybe some randomness involved, or you involve some other types of algorithms that you don't necessarily know what the output will be. And then, yeah, you just see what the computer does. And I think also different applications give you some different results, so you can try different things. Yeah, then you kind of end up in a dialogue with the system. And actually, some other thing that I liked in this question is that I'm actually also working on a performance where I continue to play drums on stage. And in the performance, I want to try to play drums, but also have live coding at the same time. And you can imagine that it could be difficult to have drumsticks in your hand and also play with the computer and type stuff. So I've been developing a system where the computer is listening to what I'm playing on the drums, and then the computer interacts with that. But the computer also makes some decisions on its own, which forces me to listen to what is happening, and then based on what is happening, I have to improvise with the drums again. So we end up in this kind of jam session where I play something, I see what the computer does with that, and then I have to respond again to what the computer gives me back. And I really enjoy this process where you can like improvise with that on stage and see what happens over time. Yeah.
And the synesthesia between music and other art forms has a long history. And how do you imagine could be this interaction in the future?
Yeah, yeah, that's. I'm not sure I can give good. Yeah, how would you say that? Like.
We can wait and see. Eh?
We can wait and see, exactly. I think. Like you say, there's a long history of combining visuals with music, or music with light, or like trying to combine all these different senses into one instrument or one performance. And like Newton was already working with that, trying to see music in light and combining light colors with specific tones on an instrument. So it goes way back, and we're still doing it now with a lot of digital means, of course. And the tools are changing, and also, I guess, aesthetically, the output is changing, and what people think is important in an audiovisual piece, for example. But for the future, yeah, I think that we will still continue doing that, and what kind of tools we will be using for that, I don't know. It could be still the same software that I'm making now, maybe in 10 years. I have no idea. Could all be AI generated. Yeah, we can discuss about that, if that would be a nice thing or not. I think it would be at least nice if there's still a bunch of different approaches, as we already see now, like so many different artists combining different tools to make interesting works. So yeah, that would be my small prediction, but I am very bad at that. So let's not take my word for it. We'll see. I think so.
We see. Thank you very much, Timo.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Thank you. Maybe I can just finally add that I would like to thank Karin from Algorithmi, who invited me to be part of this festival in a longer project, because I played here a month ago as well in the Azimuth Club for performing in the club. So yeah, I'm very happy that she invited me. And also I would have to thank the Stimuleringsfonds, which is a fund in the Netherlands that supports my live coding projects and my collaborations. So that would be my final few words.
Let's see you again in Torino then.
Yeah, hopefully, of course. Yeah, I like the city a lot. I was here in 2019 and now I'm back. So it's been a while, but yeah, it's great. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Timo. Timo, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right.